Welcome UDAYA Yogis. My name is Alexia and today we're going to be making raw chocolate truffles. Yes, you heard right. You might ask yourself what chocolate does on a yoga platform. Let me answer this for you. Raw chocolate made from unprocessed natural ingredients is a real superfood, and you have a lot of options, a lot of superfoods to add to this base recipe that we're going to be making today. It's one of my kitchen staples, and I love to add all kinds of beautiful ingredients such as goji berries, cacao nibs, hemp seeds, but we're going to be talking about that later. So let's get started. It literally won't take you longer than 30 minutes to prepare, and it's going to empower you to make your own at home. So I have here a whole bowl of soaked cashews. We're only going to be needing just 1 cup. Make sure you soak the cashews for at least 4 hours. They're much easier to digest and actually makes a really smooth consistency making the truffles. So let me just add. Right, here we go. Oops. So I have a blender here. If you have a high-speed blender, perfect. If you don't, you can use just a hand blender. It might be a bit more difficult and the consistency of your base will be more chunky, but it will work anyway. So next up, I have maple syrup here. This is the liquid sweetener of my choice today. You can also add honey. I really love honey in raw chocolate. You can use agave nectar. You can use coconut blossom sugar. Is any liquid sweetener of your choice. Make sure it's liquid because otherwise it will change the consistency of the base and it won't become as smooth. So I'm gonna add 3/4 of a cup of maple syrup. Ta-da! All in. Perfect. So let's blend this together before we keep going with the rest. I think that's about enough. Make sure the consistency is very smooth. It looks like a smoothie almost. If it's not, then you might want to add a little bit more of liquid sweetener. Sometimes it becomes rather thick when you use honey, so you might want to add just a little more honey to the base recipe. I have raw cacao here. So the great thing about raw cacao is that it's the beans are not roasted, which means that all the nutrients are still in the cacao. It's a real boost, real healthy recipe. So we're going to be adding 1 cup of raw cacao powder. Right into the blender. Ta-da! And blend again. So make sure you follow this step by step. This is really important. So you can see the consistency gets thicker and thicker. If your blender doesn't want to blend it really smooth all the way, just use a spatula or a spoon and help out. So just want to stir it a little before we keep going. Awesome. Oh, it already smells so good. Great. I'm gonna blend it again for just a few seconds. That's it. Perfect, just fine. So next up I have a cup of coconut oil here. Coconut oil is a really amazing oil in raw chocolate. It makes it really smooth and a great addition to raw cacao. I'm going to be adding half a cup, only half a cup. Don't add more because it might get too thin and you're not going to be able to shape the balls. So I'm going to just pour, not everything, just about half of this. That's it. And now you want to make sure you don't turn on your blender on high speed because it might separate the fat from the other ingredients. the oil. You really want to have a smooth consistency of this recipe. So I'm just going to turn it on for a very short time on a very low speed. Right. Blender. And I'm going to help the blender out and stir. Yes, it looks great. So now there's only one single ingredient missing, and that's the cacao butter. So you want to make sure you get a high quality of cacao butter, preferably raw. You can get that in any health food store. Oh, it looks so good already. Perfect. So last up, I have 1 cup of raw cacao butter here. Make sure you melt it in a double boiler. Don't heat it too high because it's going to change the taste and the consistency and just everything about it. So we're going to melt it. You melt it really slowly and then add it to the blender. And again, once you turn on the blender, make sure the speed is on really low so the oil doesn't separate from the rest of the ingredients in here. Just turn it on. And just a few seconds here is fine. You can sing a chocolate song meanwhile. It's very exciting. The process of making your own chocolate, so exciting. I've been making raw chocolate for a long time, but every time I make it, I get so excited. Yay! I think that's fine. Oh, so good. Perfect. Just gonna stir it a little more. Oh, yummy. Right, and that's it. So we have the base recipe that consisted just out of these very few ingredients. It was cashew nuts, soaked maple syrup, raw cacao, coconut oil, and cacao butter. If you like, you can add some more ingredients like maca, coconut flakes, goji berries, cayenne pepper if you want to make it spicy. There's all kinds of options. And in the end, you want to have a consistency like this. Does that look awesome? So I'm going to pour that into this bowl. I'm going to use the spatula. Awesome. So this would be the perfect consistency for raw chocolate truffles. I know this looks quite liquid, smoothie-like. But once you have it in the fridge and cool it down for like half an hour, it firms up, becomes perfect for shaping your raw truffles. Just let me add a little bit more. The really exciting thing is once you get done making the truffles, there's a lot to just lick it out with your fingers. That's right. So I'm gonna put this in the fridge for about 30 to 40 minutes. And make sure that you stir it every once in a while so everything gets more solid throughout. I'm gonna just put this in the back. And for today, so I've already done my pre-work. This is how it looks like once you have refrigerated it. So it's quite hard, as you can see. Like, it shouldn't be too hard, but it also shouldn't be too soft. So you want to make sure you can shape it without having all the oil on your hands. So you're just gonna take, this is a great spoon, you're just gonna take 1 spoon walnut-sized ball to shape walnut-sized balls in your hands. Shape them round. And when you form them, make sure you use the palms of your hands. Don't use your fingers because it will smush. You want to do it quite quick because your hands are warm and all the oil comes out. Just shape it into balls like this. And then you just roll it either in raw cacao there's one right here, or you can roll it in coconut flakes right here. Yay! Or if you want to get real creative, you can just roll it some cacao nibs, and add a beautiful goji berry on top. Yes, and that's pretty much it. It only takes you probably half an hour to make these beautiful raw chocolate truffles. They're super healthy, and you can add all your favorite superfood ingredients to them. So good luck, and send me a message of your beautiful, beautiful chocolate truffles. Namaste.